My name's Miss Liz. I am from the Blue Bush branch of the Monroe County Library System. This is Bethany Turner. She is from the Dorsch branch of the Monroe County Library System. And today we're going to talk to you about basic dog care and choosing a dog that's fit for your family. Okay, to start with, we're just going to touch basically on picking a dog for your family. When you're doing this, it is so important to know the breed of dog and what you're getting. Now, to do that, you can check out a book at the Monroe County Library System. And if you don't have a card, please know I have to do a small plug to say the Monroe County Library System, if you live or work in Monroe County, you get a free library card. Meaning you can come in and we'll have so many things available for you to use just by getting a free library card. We have downloadable books. We have resources online for your children to use. You've got books in the library of all types. You have CDs and you also have DVDs. Okay, now let's get down to what we're really here for. These are just some of the books that I chose to look at. Now, the reason I chose these books are because this type of book has a great guide inside. It tells you about the dog, and then up here it has a guide to tell you different characteristics of your dog and maybe what would be more high maintenance when it comes to grooming, exercise, playtime, aggressiveness, things like this. This, the Dog Breed Bible, has the same thing in it. I do like this one a little better because it tells you in a nicer chart and it rates it on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the high end, 1 being the low end. So here you have a Spaniel. It comes from the sporting group. It says here, energy level of 4. So it's going to need a lot of walking or a place to run. It is not a dog you would necessarily want to just lay around the house and play with the kids a little bit. You'll also learn from these books, maybe you want a dog to do a specific thing. Some people use dogs for hunting. Others use dogs for agility courses, frisbee competitions. Maybe you want to actually get into showing a dog professionally. Those kind of things you need to do your research on to see what you want to do. And maybe you might even want to talk to your vet to find out more about dogs or where you can find what you're looking for. Now, once you pick out your dog, you can decide if you want to go to a breeder, get a purebred dog. We, as a family, have adopted dogs. We go through different adoption places. You've got the Monroe County Animal Control locally. You've got Pet Finder you can look at. You have got, what's the one up in?
Oh, Huron Valley Humane Society.
Huron Valley Humane Society. You have the Monroe County Humane Society. There's plenty of places to look for a dog to give it a home. Our dogs, she has 2. I have 2 right now. And they are basically, 3 of them are a mixed breed. And the one I rescued, I got from a puppy mill. She is a purebred, but I do not have papers or anything because my goal was just to adopt her and give her a home. And she's about 10 and she is a Westie. Now, basic care for the dogs. When you get a dog, especially kids, and you want to, if the kids are getting a dog to show or do dog agility with or teach basic obedience, I'm really going to encourage the kids that they need to take care of the dog. The reason being, my daughter has shown dogs when she was in 5th grade up through graduating high school. She took care of her dogs. It was through 4-H. And because of it, her dog was obedient to her only. Her dog was dependent on her. yes, the dogs minded me also, but when she would show it in the ring or anything, the dog paid very close attention to her because it was her dog. Now, we'll get into that in another video, but basic dog care. You're going to have to bathe it. You're going to have to clip its nails. You're going to have to brush it, sometimes daily if you get one with longer hair. You're going to have to know if your dog sheds, which means it will leave hair all over the house, or you're going to have to know if it needs groomed by a groomer, which a lot of dogs do, especially for people that are looking for a hypoallergenic dog. They want one that doesn't shed, and you're going to have to contact a local groomer in order to get it cut, probably every 6 to 8 weeks. Now, of course, responsibilities are feeding it, watering it, walking it, playing with it, socializing it, and teaching it how to behave. Just like kids or us, dogs need manners. Because you want someone, a friend, a family member, or if you're just having someone into your house, you want them to feel safe in your house. You have to be conscious of people that are afraid of dogs or that maybe just aren't dog people like us. So having a dog with manners is just a wonderful thing, and it's a big responsibility. And of course, last but not least, let's not forget cleaning up after your dog. Kids, that means picking up the poop in the yard, things like that. It's just the way it is. And believe it or not, we have a toy box. Every night we have to go through and pick up all the toys in the house, just like we have a little kid. I'm trying to train them to put their toys back in the toy box. Or just going outside and going through the yard and picking up the balls and the toys so my husband doesn't mow them over with the mower. That's helpful. Okay, so now let's get to the basic grooming part. That's always fun. Okay, first of all, Pooh is part Shih Tzu, part Terrier. So she does not shed. She gets groomed every 6 to actually 8 weeks or longer because her hair does not grow that fast. And she loves a bath. So that's why we chose to kind of bathe her a little to show you she absolutely loves her baths. With her, she is not allergic to anything. She is not an itchy dog or anything like that. So we have gotten away with using Dawn dish soap on her. Some actual places recommend dogs to use Dawn on them that do not have allergies or anything because it kills fleas and ticks. I did not know that. I went to PetSmart, and that's one thing they told me is if you have a dog that is not allergic to things and really good, you can use Dawn dish soap. So that's what we have used on her. She always does great. Make sure you lather her up. Try not to get water in their ears or soap in their eyes. Like Bethany's doing, you kind of wet your hands and use it lightly on them so you don't saturate their head, because getting water in their ears can cause ear infections. And of course, let's face it, when we shower, do we want soap in our eyes? It burns. So there you go. Pretty simple. Nothing too fancy about it. We have a nice tub that the small dogs fit in. For bigger dogs, I have seen people purchase the tin troughs that people feed animals in to bathe their dog. It works, and they do it right outside. Of course, you got to watch water temperature and stuff, but with bigger dogs, I have seen people do that. Okay, now this is our dog Elsa. This one I rescued, like I said, from a puppy mill. She was used for breeding purposes. So she just had litters of puppies and lived in a cage. So when we had her, we had a lot of issues to take care of. She had yeast problems in her feet. As you can see, she loves to be scratched. She does have skin allergies and issues. I do have a special shampoo I got from the vet to use on her. She has had yeast infections in her ears, so now she is pretty deaf. She cannot hear because of it. So I'm going to show you basically, this is a solution I got from the vet. It's just a basic cleaning solution, so I keep her ears clean. You open it up, it's real simple. I just squeeze a little bit in there, then I kind of move it around, and then to clean it out, I take a cotton ball and just go in there and dry it out. It gets any of the yeast in there. I do this usually every time I bathe her, and with her, because of her skin issues, she gets oily, and I usually bathe her twice a month. The shampoo I use on her, I have to leave on there for, oops, I'm sorry, Pumpkin. I have to use on there about, we have to leave it on her for 10 minutes, and then I can rinse it out. I know, we don't like this. And she's not very happy, as you can see, about this, but it keeps her ears clean and it keeps the infections away. So it's pretty simple. With her, I've got to trim her paws, her pads, the hair around it and things, so because when her hair gets long on her pads, she'll start to slide on my wood floor. Her hair grows fast. Through COVID, I have not had a chance to take her to the groomers. I actually got cutters, and I have to keep her hair short. Just because of her allergies and stuff, she's just much happier. Believe it or not, she runs warm. She's warm most of the time, so keeping short hair on her through winter and stuff is not a problem. And like I said, I have 2 cotton balls. We just put them in there, make sure they're dry. And that's it. That's how I keep her ears clean. Some dogs don't require their ears to be clean. We do have 2 dogs that their ears stand up straight. And those dogs, we've never had a problem with their ears. It's usually when the ears hang over, that runs into a little bit more of a problem, and you got to clean them regularly. All right, now we'll move on to something else. Okay, Pooh's had her bath. Now she's going to get blow dried, and as you see, she loves it. The white dog I had, Elsa, that I was cleaning her ears, we don't necessarily blow dry her. We try to really towel her dry and let her air dry. She'll do okay with the blow dryer, but it's just the blow dryer dries their skin out, and with her skin irritation, I find letting her air dry in the house is better off. We're better off that way. Pooh was the perfect one to pick for this because, as you can see, she loves her baths, she loves her grooming time. She's very good with this. She loves the hotness. As you can see, Bethany is using a brush that has wires on one side. This is good for Pooh because she has the longer hair. And then you've got this side. This is good for short-haired dogs or dogs that shed and have the tiny hair because this can be pretty abrasive on their skin and things. This is kind of better for them. They prefer this. It doesn't hurt. Okay, now, once they're bathed and dried, I usually this one doesn't need cleaning fluid in here. I just usually use a dry cotton ball and just kind of put it in there and move it around. It gets the dirt out, gets any moisture that might have gotten in there out. That way you don't have to deal with ear infections and stuff like that, because as you can see, her ears do hang down. I've not had problems with ear infections with her at all, but it's still and it does. You'd be amazed how dirty their ears get. Okay, then to finish off their baths, I usually clip their nails. Now, you can use a regular pair of clippers. What you do, these are easy to use when the nails are clear. That way you can see the, what is it called?
It's called the quick.
The quick. You do cut the quick, it does bleed, and it bleeds a lot, unfortunately. But she doesn't like her paws touched. She was a year old when we adopted her. As you can see, her feet kind of turn out. Her feet are sensitive. She just has never liked her feet played with or anything like that, and it's just, that's the characteristic of her. So I don't necessarily use these with her, and I'll tell you right now, we use a grinder, and she does not like that either. But it is more comfortable for her, and I at least will get them done. Now with her, I try to grind her nails once a week, just because if I don't, because she doesn't like it, I will be honest, as an owner, you get a little lazy because you don't like fighting with them, just like a kid, and the nails get long, and then she hurts. When she walks around, they're hitting the ground, she's got to walk fun, it hurts them. So I'm really trying to like make a day and be diligent and grind her nails. As you can see, she does not like it. She will fight me, but I do just, and if I do it once a week, it doesn't take me but a few minutes. And see what I mean? She gets fidgety. It makes her nervous. Which one of yours needs their nails fixed? And there you go. Once, like I said, if I do them once a week and I keep them up, it's that quick. But like I said, she does not like it, so we use the grinder on hers. Now, let's grab a dog that we can use the clippers on, just to show you or give you a good idea how they work. Which dog do you want to use? Pip? Come here, Pip.
She's like, well, Mom, I'm sunning myself. Come here, sweet girl.
Pip? Pip could care less about having her nails cut.
Started when she was a puppy.
She did them when she was a puppy, and she will literally lay in her lap sometimes and go to sleep while they're getting clipped. Hers are already pretty short, so we're just going to give you an example of a few of them.
Her nails are clear.
As you can see, most of them are clear. There are a couple dark ones, but if we keep them up, they stay good. And Bethany will show you by clipping a paw there for you.
Okay. I know.
All right, so that gives you an idea. Now, since we have Pip up here already, let's talk about different stuff we can use on these. And of course, the Luna, who is the baby, come on. You want up here? Come here. Come on. She's our newest addition to the family. She joined us last November. She just turned 1 yesterday, but these two are the dogs that shed. And because of their thin fur, now one, as you can see, Luna's thin, her is very thin. Look at her belly. She actually, we use doggy sunscreen on her because in the summer, she loves to be outside. We have had her get sunburn on her nose and forehead. So believe it or not, we had to get doggy sunscreen for her. Another great thing to use As you can see, these have little bristles. It helps. It helps with the shedding. And on her, her hair is so thin, you don't have to brush her hard. Not at all. And again, we started clipping her nails when she was little. So she does pretty good with it. She does not like a bath though, so that I will not put you through the misery of, because that is something to accomplish. All right, Luna, down. Okay. Now, this is what you call a furminator. These do come bigger. We have a small one for the smaller dogs. Furminators help tremendously with the shedding. Bethany uses it on Pip. So if you want to watch her do that, her biggest place she sheds and gets hair growth is up around her neck. So that's where she uses it most. And you will see all the hair she gets out of it from it. You can see it flying here. It's just, these are great to use with Australian Shepherds, German Shepherds, especially the bigger breeds that have the really thick coats like that.
They make them for thick coats.
Corgis, which is a smaller dog, it's a herding dog. They shed. That is a great, but see how much hair she's getting out of her? The furminators are great. And this is something you need to do when it's shedding season. And they do have a season where you will notice that they shed a lot more hair because they are getting rid of their winter coat. That is a great time to use it every other day or every day. Usually in the fall and winter, they're going to gain more hair, so they are preparing for the winter to keep them warm.
If you have a thick dog like a husky, you have to take them to the groomer for a blowout. And what it does is it blows out their undercoat so that you don't have fur clumps all over the place.
So it does help to take bigger dogs to the groomers once in a while, just because it'll just help with that mess you have around the house. Anything else you can think of to share for basic grooming. Let's do one more. This, believe it or not, is a doggy toothbrush. Dogs get plaque on their teeth just as much as we do. So it fits right over your finger, so it's really nice to use. We're going to try Luna. Let's see how she likes it. Come here, Luna. Good girl. Okay, sit. Sit. Luna, sit. You just basically want to get in the back of their teeth with it. Get in there, and of course their canines and their molars. I can't. She's doing good. And it just brushes, and it's great to stick on the end of your finger. I don't know if you can see me doing this. Let's see if we can turn her this way. Come here, big girl. Oh, no. Sit. It just gets right in there. And she's chewing on it a little bit, but it just cleans. They do recommend using doggy toothpaste. Do not use human toothpaste on them. There are ingredients in it that can upset their stomach, kind of make them sick. And doggy toothpaste does come flavored. They have chicken flavored, what others? Beef, lamb, lots of different flavors you can use. So that would be one of the last grooming tips I could give you, is to make sure to brush their teeth regularly. Usually over a dog's lifespan, depending, you need to go in and have them professionally cleaned by the vet, usually twice.
Or if they have bad teeth, more often.
We've usually, over a lifespan of one of our animals, we've had it done twice. Based on, and you'll see it when their teeth start getting the plaque buildup, and your vet will look at them and tell you. There are ways to prevent the plaque buildup by brushing them regularly, getting bones that are chewable. These are nylon bones. They're flavored. Yeah. We prefer these bones. Rawhide has a tendency to get caught in their stomach, and it can cause you a major vet bill. That's the experience I had, whereas the nylon bones, they can chew on it, and they love the flavors, and buttered popcorn goes over really well at our house. That's the bone to have. You got cherry slush, but butter popcorn is the cat's meow, man. It's good.
We don't have any antlers, but
Antlers is another thing you can get from the store. So that's basic on the basic grooming and taking care. And look at this nice ball of hair. Cool. I hope this helps you with tips at home when you get a dog, or if you're looking for a dog, or if you have a dog already. Look forward to our future videos because we're going to talk about basic dog obedience. We're going to talk about doggy gourmet food that you can make. So look for future little episodes with Doggy dog care.